Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2014 Quicken Loans Race for the Heroes 500 at Phoenix race review. Okay, fine. So before I get into the race, I just want to thank all the veterans for doing what they're doing to keep this country safe. Right here, and my other thing that I want to say here is that for any NASCAR fans who are watching this and and still actively hugely dislike the chase format. I wrote some uh, I wrote something I wrote something. Okay, fine. I'm getting it. It's right here. Uh, I kind of do have like I kind of do have like something to like say say I kind of do have something to like say to the people who still want to complain about this chase format. Whether you are a Jeff Gordon fan or a Brad fan or a fan of anyone else, I just don't think that it is mature to keep complaining about this format, and I consider it wasting your life away and just constantly getting angry. It's not like NASCAR. It's not like NASCAR. It's not like if you like post a comment on their page angrily asking or just like angrily demanding uh, or just like angrily demanding uh, to change the format, then NASCAR is gonna like read it and change it right here. And I kind of feel like at this point, continuing, if we're going to continue to complain about it, I have like two suggestions: either accept it or move on, or find something else on TV to spend like 4 hours I'm just like simply over like people complaining about this like cheese format. I just kind of want to get that out there that I just kind of consider like unnecessary, like now already like 35 races completed, because if this year was 2003, there would be like hundreds or thousands of fans still complaining to like change the format, so so I just kind of like want to get like that out of the way to anyone who's like a chase hater. Anyway, so now let's take a look at our finishing order before I talk about what happened in the race. Kevin Harvick won, Gordon second, Kenseth third, Keselowski fourth, Hamlin fifth, Logano sixth. The top six finishers were all chase drivers. Kurt Busch, the highest finishing non-chaser in seventh. Junior, Biffle, Ambrose, Newman, Truex, Kyle Larson, Jamie McMurray. That's 7th through 14th. Edwards 15th, Allmendinger 16th, Stenhouse 17th, Eric Almirola 18th. Brian Vickers 19th, Tony Stewart 20th, Casey Kane 21st, Patrick 22nd, Paul Menard, David Gillen, David Reagan, Michael Nett, Ty Dillon, Reed Sorensen, Lane Castle, JJ Elliott. That is 23rd through 30th. Then Michael McDowell 31st, Alex Bowman 32nd, Joey Gase, Kyle Busch, Casey Mears, that's 33rd through 35th. Mike Wallace, Justin Allgaier, Austin Dillard, Jimmy Johnson, that's 36th through 39th. Clint Bowyer 40th, Josh Weiss 41st, Cole Witt 42nd, and Mike Bliss, that is your last car on the lead lap. So this racer here, heading into the race, I was actually expecting to get bored because in the past Phoenix has not exactly proven to be the track that gives you the most exciting action. But this race, it kind of like changed my mind. And I think a large part of that is just simply because this chase format it allows drivers, it's allowing chasers and non-chasers to kind of like to kind of like put the pressure. And the reason why I say non-chasers is because as a non-chaser, you're going to have like several chase drivers, kind of like going after you, going like after you. And kind of puts pressure on them, on them to keep their positions, because as a non-chaser, you still want to like win right here. So entering the race, the difference in points between first in points and eighth in points was by 18 points, and at this point, and at least three at the least three spots would make it in by points because the last two winners in the chase were non-chasers right here. And Harvick, he led two of the three practices. Hamlin won the pole. And we've seen several times before championships have been lost at Phoenix right here, and there were definitely several big names that definitely lost their championship here this late afternoon. So Hamlin got the pole right here, and both Hamlin and Logano had to overcome a lot because at one point both of them were one lap down, and then on restart Logano got his lap back, and then the following caution Hamlin got his lap back right here. But just like in the spring, Harvick. But just like in the spring, because I believe in the spring, Harvick was not the pole center. But once he got the lead around like lap 50, and he got the lead, and, and he got the lead at lap 43. He never ever lost that leader here, and I think that shows that for future Phoenix races, these drivers are going to have to study and work hard to beat Harvick because at this point he's looking to be the man to beat. He now has 6 wins at Phoenix, and so he extends from so now he extends himself even more from second place on as the all-time Phoenix winner right here. But around like lap 80, Kurt Busch appeared to be a possible non-chaser winning today, and speaking of Kurt Busch, I'm not really going to like talk about on what happened to him in Delaware. I'm just like not because I don't really feel comfortable like talking about that for whatever reason right here. But Kurt Busch definitely had a very good car today and finished seventh. So 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 it seemed to be it always seemed to be a what am I trying to say here? It always seemed to be that like half of the cautions today, and there were like 12 cautions, I believe, which surpassed the previous record, which was 11. And I don't know what race that was that had that like old record. But pretty much about half of the cautions came out for debris right here, and many of those cautions were the first 6 over here, like you know. But then right around but then pretty much but then pretty much and there weren't just cautions for like debris. There were also cautions for like blown tires. Like for example, here on lap 80, Casey Mears running 12th blew a tire and hit the inside wall slightly, and then Austin Dillon brought caution number 5 here on lap 185, 105 laps later. Caution number 6 was for debris. Caution number 7, and then caution number 7 was for Josh Weiss, spins and hits the wall right here, and that was in lap 206 right here. And then we kind of got into like some kind of like groove of like cautions happening right after restarts. Right here, because that caution came out on lap 206, and 206 was a restart lap. Then the next caution here. The next caution right here almost took out Chaser Logano, and Logano did get some danger here. A multi-car crash here. Kyle Busch running inside the top 10. He gets loose entering turns 1, 2 right here. He comes up the track. He hits the wall with the rear end, but then he comes back down the track right here, and Clipboard just has nowhere to go. And Clipboard made contact right here. Clipboard eventually hits the wall right here, and the front end of both of those drivers were severe. But Logano also got like a pretty big piece of the crash right here. Because he had like damage on like both sides of the car. His car was smoking right here. So Logano didn't just have like one. He didn't just have like one thing to overcome. He had like 2 things to overcome. So I guess in some cases that it kind of makes it like extra deserving that he is in our Final Four right here. And I'll get to the Final Four in just like a second. Here, but then the multi-car crash brought out a red flag on lap 216 right here, and that was the first red flag at Phoenix since this exact race 2 years ago. Then we had a restart here, and then a lap after that restart here, Keselowski and Kurt Busch Keselowski and Kurt Busch were together here, and Kurt Busch actually, I don't think he got into the wall here, but he came pretty close to here, and Keselowski took some damage on the right nose of his car, or here. That could have been a lot more worse for Brad Keselowski right here. But just simply overall throughout the majority of the race, the Penske drivers were not dominant. It actually, because actually entering the race, they out to the top eight. They were the only two drivers in the top eight to not have like wins at Phoenix before. And, and then a while later we saw Paul Menard get into the wall here, and actually Paul Menard and Clipper actually had a scuffle earlier in the racer here. Then on lap 237 here, caution number 9, Jimmy Johnson hits the wall. Jimmy Johnson blew a tire, and he blew a tire because apparently on the first set of like green flag pit stops, him and Justin Allgaier made contact right here. It looked like at first that it looked like that at first it wasn't going to like affect his car, but it turns out it turns out the real damage was actually inside the car right here, and that damage right here. I guess in NASCAR, it kind of like I guess in NASCAR it kind of like goes like I guess in NASCAR it kind of like shows that like if you get fender damage early on in the race, you're not really gonna have like a chance of like making it into the like top like 5, at least. I guess you could make like the top 10, but the top 5, but finishing in the top 5 and gain like and having like fender damage is kind of like rare in some cases right there. So fortunately, poor Jimmy Johnson after what was a great race last week. Right here, right here. Then then we had another caution here, 245, and it was Jamie McMurray spinning green flag runner here. At one point, the top 4 drivers in points were like Hamlin, Logano, Harvick, and Gordon right here. And it stayed like that up until lap 288, and we got caution number 11 here for debris. And in between lap 249 and lap 288 is where I kind of came to the acceptance point. Is where I kind of like came to the acceptance point that like Hamlin was going to be in the final 4. And that my like pre-chase prediction of like Harvick, Gordon, Keselowski, Logano final 4 was unfortunately out the window. But at least they got like 2 out of the 4 right. And that is like better than like 0. So then we had a caution here, and then we had pit stops along 290 here, and some drivers chose to stay out here. Most notably, Ryan Newman stayed out here. So Ryan Newman running inside like the top like 5, I believe, or 10. It bumped Jeff Gordon out, and since Kevin Harvick at the time was most likely going to win, Gordon Newman at this point Newman like had to lose spots right here, and Newman did lose spots early on, immediately after the restart right here, and then we had a caution, but then right after the restart here on lap 297 we had a caution number 12 right here from Mike Wallace and Landon Cassill. They spun exiting turn number 1 here, and then we had a restart here on lap 301. Just 11 more laps to go right here. On lap 206, on lap 206. Right here, Ryan Newman, he fell out to the final 4. He had a 2-point lead over 5th right here, but they lost her here when Marcus Ambrose and Kyle Larson here. So Newman fell out, and Gordon. So at this point here, after lap after lap 306, Newman and Gordon were tied, but since Gordon has the wins, he would win in the tiebreaker right here. So then here coming to the final lap right here, lap 3, after 12 right here, Newman. It looked like Newman's chances were over here, and Gordon was going to get that like final spot. But then all of a sudden here, as Harvick crosses the start finish line here, and pretty much as Gordon is crossing the start finish line, Ryan Newman, he makes a bold move entering turns number 3 here. He goes all the way down on the apron here, and he just simply kind and he just like simply like bumps Kyle Larson right here, right, like right off like the racing groove, and Kyle Larson just goes like into the wall, and because all Ryan Newman had to do was like pass like one car, he was able to get that spot over Jeff Gordon. He would be in. Jeff Gordon would be out right here, and then after that, our final four was Hamlin, Logano, Harvick, and Newman right there. So that is the final four, and I know and I know that like when NASCAR uploaded the video, a whole bunch of like Jeff Gordon fans, a whole a whole bunch of like Jeff Gordon fans and like immature NASCAR fans, like to get to the comment section, just to get it, just to just like say their message for like the for like 500 like time this year on why the Chiefs form like sucks and it sucks and I gotta say I disagree with like everyone of you. So I disagree with like hundreds of NASCAR fans on the Chase Format sucks. I'm not exactly a fan who like loves the Chase Format 100%. 100%. I'm just kind of like a neutral on it right here. So, pretty much right here. A lot of Gordon fans are upset, and I was definitely a bit upset because I felt like Gordon missed the chase, missed the Final Four by like 1 point right here, and I felt like if Gordon moved on and if Gordon won the championship, and I definitely thought that like Gordon could have contended with Hamlin right here in that in that final in that Final Four right here. And I think Gordon could have like easily have finished inside like the top like five, or maybe even like win at Homestead. He won at Homestead back in 2012. Right here, and I think if Gordon were to win the championship, his fifth championship, and his first in 13 years, I kind of felt like I would have been like the perfect like Cinderella story. You, you know, so I definitely felt I was definitely a bit upset, to not see Gordon in the Final Four right here because Gordon raced his butt off right here in these 35 races, and this is arguably Gordon's best year since 2007 since 2007, and I watched that year of NASCAR because that was my like first year of NASCAR. So I got to see how great Jeff Gordon was, and it was great to see Jeff Gordon this season live, live up to live up to what 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 we NASCAR fans know he is capable of. Here, so I am definitely a bit upset that he was not in the Final Four. Obviously, entering the race and entering Phoenix. I think I think I think if you were to ask me who do you think are the four most deserving drivers based off like 35 races, I would say Harvick, Keselowski, Gordon, and Logano. I think those four drivers have just simply outperformed everyone else most of the time. But obviously, but if you were to ask me, but if you were to ask me, who are the most who are the four most deserving drivers based off like this round here, I think in some cases I think Hamlin earned that spot, and I kind of think like some and I kind of think like and I kind of think like what am I trying to say here? And I kind of think that like I kind of think to like some like measure Newman somewhat deserved his spot here, and I think so like Logano and Harvick were here. Based off of this round, but then again this round, but then in this round, almost like everyone had like a like inconsistent, almost like everyone had like an like inconsistent moment right here, and that brings us to our final four here. So our final four drivers are here: Hamlin, Harvick, Logano, and Newman are here. So we are going to have a brand new NASCAR champion, our first since Brad Keselowski. But even before Brad Keselowski, the last new championship was Jimmy Johnson in 2006. So we're kind of so it's kind of so in some cases as an NASCAR fan, it's kind of great. It's kind of great. It's kind of great to see. It's kind of it's definitely going to be like great and exciting to see a brand to see like a brand like new NASCAR champion right here. And if you were to ask, and I'll say it again, and if you were to ask me out of this Final Four, who is the most deserving based out of like 35 races, I would say Logano because I think Logano has actually been the most consistent driver of the year. You know, because in most cases, because most of the time, Logano did not have a lot of like bad races. Logano was terrific this season. But we'll just have to see right here because of course at Homestead the points reset. The points reset right here. So entering Homestead, everyone is on zero here, and of course the best finisher at Homestead is going to win the 2014 Sprint Cup Series title here. And I got and I gotta say, I cannot wait for Homestead. I, I can't wait for Homestead because I think that Homestead race for the NASCAR fans for the NASCAR fans who actually like watch and the drivers who are in it, especially the Final Four, it's going to be a lot of pressure and it's going to be a lot of like stressing right here. But I think but I think I guess in some I guess in some cases I guess in some cases if you were to ask me if you were to ask me out of the Final Four who is the most who are you most concerned about who are you most like concerned about like who are you like most concerned about like winning the championship and who do you think is like the least deserving right here? I would say Danny Hamlin, and I am like a little bit like concerned here because obviously out of the four, Hamlin is the only driver to have won at Homestead. He's not done it once; he's done it twice, most recently last year. If Hamlin won the championship, I could myself I could see myself becoming like a little bit like upset. I'm obviously not I could be like why I'm obviously not going to get like devil mad but I definitely think like out of the like Final Four I think it would be I think Hamlin is kind of like is kind of like the like least deserving, and when I think about it, and when I think about it, and when I think about it, he won Talladega. Guess what? Anyone can win Talladega, and he kind of got lucky at the Talladega race because that race ended under caution. So so unfortunately, in that Talladega race, we couldn't see a possible like last lap passer here. But we will just like have to see it here. So who should be the champion? I would say Logano, and who do you think will win the race? I could see Hamlin. Well, I could see like Hamlin like easily winning right here at Homestead, right here. But Homestead, like there's a reason why I think there's a logical reason why Homestead is always the final race of the season. As far as like mile and a halfs go, when you compare Homestead to all the other mile and a half tracks, it's not it's no other mile and a half in NASCAR is shaped the way it is shaped right here. And since we only go to and since we only go to that and since we like only go to that like track like once because the notebook is like because the notebook is like so like small it kind of creates like like a little bit like more suspense right here but I'm but I gotta say here, I cannot wait right here, and that's pretty much all I'm going to say for today and that's pretty much all I'm going to say for today's race review. So I just want so whether you're watching this like live or whether you're watching this in the days, months, or weeks after this being published, I just want to thank you for watching. Be sure to rate, comment, subscribe, and we'll see y'all later. And bye.